Hi Virgo, Happy New Year. We're going to see what's happening in 2020 with this deck here. We're going to pull one card for each and every month. And then we're going to pull an angel card from this deck here and see which angel is going to be with Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising in 2020. We're going to jump right on in, my darlings. We're going to see what's happening 1 month at a time. Please show us January 2020 for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising for 2020. And your first card here, my lovelies, my darlings, is the Moon. Both Pisces and Cancer are associated with the Moon and Moon energy. So for some of you, there could be something happening or there could be a Pisces that's significant for you in January 2020. But overall, to look at this card in a broader sense, a lot of the times the Moon has to do with connecting and strengthening your intuition. It could also indicate overcoming fears. Now, this is a general reading, so the energies are going to apply in different ways for different ones of you. It could also be, guys, that you're going into 2020 with some agreement or some arrangement where the whole truth has not yet been revealed to you. And the fact that this is a major arcana card makes me feel like this could be a running theme throughout 2020, or it may be a running theme for you in throughout this reading. So we'll see how it transpires, we'll see how it opens up, but you might be going into the year with some plan or some agreement where it's being revealed to you, or the truth is coming out a little at a time, if that makes sense. What I'm going to do, we've got these other two diamonds here. These are actually for the clarifiers. I will pull clarifiers in the extended to get a better idea of what's going on with these cards. But for the sake of time, and because a lot of people feel like I talk too much during the cards, we're going to move on to February and see what's happening in February 2020. And we'll get more details in the extended. So we have here, my darlings, Three of Pentacles. So sure enough, my darlings, sure enough, you are going to have something offered to you in the early part of 2020. Virgo, a lot of you are very studious. A lot of you are very hardworking. Virgos kind of have a reputation for really kind of being smart about moving up or progressing in life or getting their finances together. So it could be a financial opportunity that's being presented your way. I do feel very strongly with the Moon card being followed by this card. Those of you that have spoken up, I feel like you've spoken up about wanting to move up in the workplace. And I feel like they've presented it to you, or they're going to present it to you in the early part of 2020. Like, hey, good news. You're going to get your wish. We're going to be moving you up. We're going to be giving you more responsibilities. You're going to be getting that raise or that promotion. And so Three of Pentacles makes me feel like it's being presented to you like they're going to be doing it in stages. And this is where the Moon card comes in. I do feel some of you need to be assertive, Virgo, because I feel you're going to be in a situation, whether it's an employer where you're getting a paycheck and you're working like a regular punch in, punch out kind of job, or if it's a business, a collaboration that you're doing with others. I feel like it's going to be more and more work piled on. Like just a little at a time. Like, oh, Virgo won't notice. Oh, Virgo won't notice. A little at a time piled on. But things are not being presented to you like clear cut, like this is the agreement. These are the assignments. This is the work that you're going to do. This is the pay that you're going to do. So if they present it to you like, oh, good news, we're giving you a promotion. We're giving you a raise, right? And we're going to start training you with new responsibilities. You go into, oh, awesome. Next thing you know, after a few months, you might feel really buried with a lot of stuff on top of you. And you're like, yeah, they gave me a raise, but they gave me like 3 times more work. Like, what in the heck? So a way for you to like be ahead of this, like to be one step ahead, listen to your intuition. If something doesn't feel right, or if it seems like information's being withheld from you, or they're not giving you the full picture, listen to that if you have a feeling. And my advice to you guys would be to just say, that's great. I'm so glad. I'm so happy to move up. I'm so happy to take additional responsibilities. But can you please give me in writing what my responsibilities are going to be? Can I please have in writing, or can I please have a better idea of, just so I make sure that I'm, delivering and I'm bringing to the table what needs to be brought to the table. It might be good for you to be proactive and to ask this. Some of you are being offered a new job, or you're getting hired at a new job. And again, it's going to be a really good idea for you to have it very clear what that pay is going to entail, or what they're having you do. And then you might be able to negotiate a higher rate otherwise. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, that sounds like a lot. It sounds like I'm doing a lot of different things, wearing a lot of different hats. I think X amount would be appropriate for this kind of work. Like, it might give you more negotiating power is what I'm saying. Okay. We're going to move on to your next card here, which is going to be for the month of March. Please show us March 2020 for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Please show us March 2020 for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. And we have the Hierophant, major arcana card. So something having to do with a significant life lesson, a moment of growth. It could also be a very significant crossroads in your life. Now, the Hierophant is associated with Taurus. There could be a Taurus at play here. Some of you may be dealing with a Taurus. But Hierophant also is going to be commitments. This is going to be contracts, honoring agreements. And Hierophant can also indicate the truth being revealed, the truth of a situation being revealed. So whatever's going on in January, where it feels like something's kind of hidden, or it feels like something might be kept from you, it appears that what's going to happen is that in the month of, we're in March, the month of March, it's being revealed, like the cover's being blown off of something. Now, the fact that the truth is being revealed and it's showing up as the Hierophant, Virgo, I feel this is a situation in which you're going to feel like you have a lot of power. I feel like you're going to feel as though this is it, this is the moment, and you're taking charge of the situation. For some of you, it could be there's corruption, or somebody at work that hasn't been doing the right thing. Maybe they've been trying to pin it on you. It will be revealed. It will come out into the light, the truth of the situation. Now, Hierophant, like I said, is truth, commitment, and because it's a general reading, you guys are going to experience the readings in different ways. It can indicate for some of you some kind of agreement or engagement, renewing of vows. We will pull extended, and the extended we will pull clarifiers. Okay, we'll go in deeper. The overall feeling, though, that I'm getting with this card, Virgo, is I feel like you're making up your mind and you're sticking to it. And you feel like you have the information you needed to make this decision, and you have the information you needed to take back your power in the situation, to be able to, I'm hearing bargaining chip. I heard bargaining chip 3 times. So that's significant for some of you. I think this is something where now you are finding that you have someone else in the corner, like even as though the tables have turned. The only thing that I can tell you here, this with the Hierophant, is make sure that as you move forward, and even though you may have the power in the situation, even though you may have this bargaining chip, Hierophant really encourages you to go about this ethically, not to take this as, oh, look who's sorry now kind of energy, but be respectful, be on the up and up, and be very high vibrational in how you're approaching the situation. I feel some of you are replacing a supervisor. I'm not sure why I'm getting that feeling, but I'm getting that feeling. My intuition's telling me that some of you are in a situation where maybe there's just been this supervisor that has been taking the credit for your work for a long time, something like this. Some of you may be taking over this person's position because you're the one who really knows how to come in and quickly take over when there's this sudden upset. But I also feel that the higher-ups are watching you, And if there's any reason to let you go, you know, they might do that because they might feel like, well, let's get all of this old energy out. They didn't like each other anyway. There might be drama with other people. But if you conduct yourself in a really high vibrational, respectful way, that's only going to vindicate you and validate you more. That, oh, okay, Virgo wasn't the issue. Virgo was not instigating this. Virgo is like a good worker, a good person. It was this other person who maybe just was not, you know, like had us fooled. So I do feel you being in your integrity, whether it's a work situation, relationship, family situation, you being in your integrity, even when you think maybe people are not watching, is going to be really important for you. Really, like the way you pursue situations, the way you react to situations, your approach, I feel like it's going to be very, very important for you in the month of March. Let's go ahead and check out April. What's going on for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising in April 2020, please? Please show us Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising for April 2020. And you have Judgment, another major arcana card. So that indicates there's some truth being revealed for you all in the month of March, right? And some offer might be coming in, but to have Judgment come up in April tells us you're not out of the woods just yet. You know, again, integrity was a big one here in this situation. So this is kind of confirming it. The fact that you've had so many Judgment cards come up back to back, and I do want to indicate, my darlings, that this is a very well shuffled deck. I've done several readings with this deck, but when I have the major arcana cards come up like this, especially in a year reading, it lets us know this is going to be a really big year for you. There's going to be a lot of changes, a lot of shifting, a lot of growth, a lot of moments that are helping place you in the right direction on your life path. And Judgment can indicate that some of you are getting what you wanted in a work situation or in a relationship situation. You're getting that vindication, but now you're feeling like you want to do something more purposeful. You want to do something with more value. When Judgment comes up in a love reading, so if love and romance is at the forefront for you during the month of April, when the Judgment card comes up for me in a love reading, it tells me that we're dealing with a situation where you're dealing with a partner that may be lower vibrational than you are. And it might be posing challenges. You guys might have a super intense connection. There may be a very powerful past life connection, but you all may be from very different backgrounds, or no, I take that back, not backgrounds, but very different paths. You may be going in very different directions because it's not so much where someone's been, it's where they're headed, right? So very different paths. You might be on very different paths, very different vibrations. And the Judgment card coming up is letting us know that a decision is going to have to be made. And you might be feeling very strongly that you're being pulled in a new direction. You're being called to go in a new direction. Virgo, I also feel whatever's happening with the situation in the month of April, you're kind of really tempted to just, you know, just go. Like you're just tempted to just go. Just this isn't working for me, bye. But I'm feeling intuitively like you're being asked to express yourself or express what in the situation was not fair or was not right. I feel this is going to be a very powerful moment for you to do so. On the other hand, I do think that some of you are leaving a work situation because something is coming in, something higher vibrational is coming in. And you're going to get to speak your piece, that this was unethical, this wasn't right, this wasn't okay, this wasn't fair. And there's like taking back your power in that moment. It could be a relationship situation, family situation for other ones of you. But I just feel there's this parting, but there's also this, like you're having this opportunity to speak up and to make that statement to the universe that this is not behavior that I will tolerate. I didn't deserve this. This wasn't okay, or this wasn't fair. Whatever the situation is, I feel it began way before 2020. So it's not going to be like some surprise to you. It's not like 2020, you're going to go into 2020 and all of a sudden this stuff is happening. I feel like it's been happening for a long time, you know, before 2020 even starts. It's like it's been happening to you in 2019, maybe even 2018. And this is the time when you're shifting that energy, that vibration in April, where you're going in a new direction and you're able to take back your power. Keep in mind your previous card was the Hierophant. So I really feel like truth is being revealed. Some of you, it could be judgment, and in terms of like a court situation, maybe the truth is being revealed because you had someone that was doing something unethical or unfair, or violating your rights in some way, and the truth is being revealed, and there could be a judgment that's coming in that's very free and very liberating for you. I'm even getting, it's very interesting because what I think a lot is happening with energy in terms of law and legal issues in 2020, because it's come up for some of the other signs. But Virgo, I'm getting it very different for you guys. With the other signs, I got more of like a civil suit or something like this. But I feel for some of you, you may be taking back your power by taking someone to court for having wronged you in some way. And there may be some kind of judgment coming up, because I'm getting like this visual of like when people get up and they speak during sentencing. You know, like the judge is about to sentence someone, they've been found guilty, and somebody will stand up and say what they need to say to that person. Like, this is what you put me through, and this is what I hope you learn, or, you know, I forgive you, or I'm never going to forgive you, or whatever you want to say. I'm like being shown that. I'm being shown like a vision of that. And for some of you, it could be quite literal. Maybe you are taking some aggressor or some transgressor to court and standing up for yourself in some way. For other ones of you, it could be much more symbolic. You know, maybe you're just having a chance to confront someone, truth is coming out, and you're able to say what you need to say before you go parting ways. So it could be in a literal court for some of you, you know, and for other ones of you, it may be more symbolic sense. But there really is this feeling of, I'm free now. I can let this go. I'm not going to carry this anymore. We'll pull clarifiers in the extended. Let's go ahead and see what's happening for you all. That was your April, January, February, March, April. Let's look at May. Please show us May 2020 for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Please show us May 2020 for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Virgo, you got a lot of major arcanas. This is it. This is a big year for you guys. Lots and lots of major arcana. And here you have the Magician. This is really significant for several ways. Number one, like I said, lots of changes. But this Magician card is also associated with you guys, Virgo. This is you showing up in your 2020 reading. And I have found that when someone's card shows up in a reading, albeit I know also the Hermit is Virgo, but Magician is associated with you all. It's saying that this is a moment in which you're really coming into your power. You're shaking off any labels, any judgments. You're coming into your authentic self. Really, really taking back your power, owning your energy. The things about you that you thought were negative, you're realizing that when they're harnessed in the right way, they're actually amazing strengths. And you're figuring out how to harness your energy. You're figuring out how to harness your power. So one thing I always say about this, it's kind of like when somebody accuses somebody of being stubborn, right? Is somebody stubborn, or are they super dedicated and tenacious and, you know, really determined in a good way? It depends on if you agree with what they're doing or not, right? So some of you are realizing that, hey, people are maybe looking at me through a different lens, and I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to take it on. I don't have to make it a big deal. Like, that's them, that's their thing, that's not my problem. So you're seeing that a lot of those things about you thought were negative are actually pretty positive, and you're making that shift. Magician is also super, super good to have come up, because it's going to indicate that you're going to be manifesting really quickly. So you might even be seeing in the month of May a lot of repeating angel numbers: 111, 1111, 222, 555. I'm getting 4 fives, 5555. Fives sometimes historically in the past, like back in the day, would make me nervous because they could indicate change and like karmic shifts and things like that. But what will happen is you'll realize over time that it's good. The shifts are good. They're pushing you in the right direction. They're clearing what needs to get cleared out of the way. And sometimes I feel like for you guys, Virgo, I'm going to be very honest with you. I feel like a lot of your manifestation, it's going to feel very whirlwind to you. Like it's coming in a very different kind of way. You had a very clear mindset of how you wanted things to happen, and it's not necessarily that there's upsets or detours, but I feel the manifestations are happening very fast, very, very quickly. And you're just kind of like, whoa, this is so surreal. Like, am I dreaming? Am I dreaming? Am I dreaming? I feel this just really busy kind of energy around you where you're going to have to take a break. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's cards that come up for you later on in the reading that are about taking a little bit of a break, resting, like disconnecting. It doesn't feel like shock to me. It doesn't feel like misfortune. It doesn't feel like, oh, look on the bright side. It's not what you wanted, but look on the bright side. I don't get that feeling. It just feels very whirlwind. Like just, whoa, I need to catch my breath. It's been so busy. So much has been happening. That's the energy that I'm getting around it. So let's go ahead and check out your next card here, which is going to be January, February, March, April, May, June. Please show us June 2020 for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Please show us June 2020 for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Oh my God, Virgo. This is, if you were doubting me, here you are. Here you are. I just said, it's not the Hermit, but it still counts. And the Hermit shows up for you. It shows up. And what is the Hermit about? Disconnecting, taking some time for yourself, getting clear about what you want and where you're headed. So, wow, we are in the flow. We are in the flow, Virgo. One thing I want to say about the Hermit always says is that this disconnection, this spending time alone, it's not that you are lonely. Like you're actually feeling refueled and recharged with this time away or time alone. Virgo, I feel like some of you have something to say and you're preparing to step up into some kind of mentor or leadership kind of role. So this kind of like stepping away and, this thinking energy, it feels to me like you are preparing yourself. I would even go as far as to say reinventing yourself in the month of June, because you're preparing to go out and to speak up on behalf of a certain group of people. Okay, for some of you, it could be getting into activism. It could be completely and totally separate of what you do for a living. But I do feel that it's like an advocacy. So I don't know if you're wanting to stand up and speak up for like people who are survivors of some kind of injustice, or if, you want to speak up about certain communities or groups of people who are underserved, who aren't getting a fair deal or a fair break. But I just feel there's this wanting to take a lead in making a change and helping and guiding others through a path that you have been through. I'm also hearing adoption. I don't know if some of you are doing something with wanting to adopt, or if you're doing something with kids who've been removed from their homes, if you're trying to like get some program going, or if you're volunteering with young ones or young adults that might be in that kind of, ward of the state kind of situation or condition. And this could also indicate a lot of spiritual growth, connecting with your intuition as well, or connecting with your spirituality. This card comes up at times and it would indicate somebody is like having a mentor. But in this case, guys, I feel like you're becoming the mentor. You're becoming the mentor. That's what it feels like to me. We'll pull clarifiers in the extended. Let's go ahead and check out your July. But again, guys, you are coming into your power. This is the year of power for Virgo. Please show us July 2020 for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Six of Swords. What did I tell you guys? What did I tell you? I said there's probably going to be cards about you disconnecting and resting because things are happening so fast. And in July, you have Six of Swords. Six of Swords is like getting mental clarity, disconnecting from drama. It could definitely be about taking a vacation, taking a break, getting away from craziness, and just going somewhere and clearing your head. I really feel, Virgo, some of you are having this awakening where you are feeling shook down to the core in a way where your life is all of a sudden making sense to you. You might be remembering things that you haven't thought about in a long time. You might be thinking of situations you've been through and like, oh my goodness, like I haven't really fully processed that just yet. But it's making sense to you why it's happened or what you're wanting to do with it. I feel a lot of that is coming to you while you're in hermit mode in June. And then in July, you're wanting to get away, to really begin formulating this plan, to really begin decompressing, and figuring out how you want to move forward. There's the feeling of like this interconnected group of people. So I feel very strongly, Virgo, what you're doing is you're establishing a collaboration. And some of you on this travel are connecting with other people that are going to be a part of a collaboration down the road. You don't understand what's happening at that time. Like when you're taking this trip, you don't see the full picture. It's a lot of serendipity. You had the Magician card, so we know already serendipity is going to be a factor for you where there's a lot of quote-unquote coincidence where you just seem to meet certain types of people or come across certain types of resources or groups or classes or whatever, and it all starts coming together. I feel like this thing is taking on a life of its own, and you don't realize it at that time, but there's going to be a significant travel for you. There's going to be significant travel in July, and you're going to be meeting people that are going to be very significant in your story. It's like you're being led or you're being guided. Some of you in July, the meeting these people, these interactions could be more so through internet groups or internet organizations, and maybe you're making plans to travel. But I really feel like it's this sense of like light workers coming together or light workers finding each other. That's what that feels like to me. And I feel like a lot of you are just taking some time to disconnect and really, really raise your vibration. Like just recharge. I keep getting recharge, a sense of recharging. And getting away from anyone or anything that's been draining you or toxic or dramatic. Like you're done with that energy in July. Let's go ahead and check out your August. Please show us August 2020 for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. And you have Knight of Wands. So by August, you are ready. You are ready to move forward. You are ready to take action. When Knight of Wands comes up, it's like time is of the essence. It can also be a lot of passion, like feeling a lot of passion for something or a lot of zeal for something. So I really feel, Virgo, that this is the year where you're stepping into your power and you're also finding your passion and you're very determined to see these things through. Okay? Again, it's a general reading. The energies will apply in different ways. Sometimes I do say that in a love situation, this could be someone who comes in and out, but because of the other cards that have come in and the overall feeling, the overall vibe I'm getting, I don't think this is a lover situation. I really don't. I think the majority of Virgos, this is Like you're the Knight of Wands. You're resting, you're getting away, you're coming back, the Knight of Wands. You're coming back where you mean business. Like you're ready to move forward. You're in a hurry to get things done, feeling very confident, feeling very fierce, you know, taking charge, taking leadership of a situation. I feel like this is you, even though I know you're not a fire sign. I feel like this is you moving ahead and moving ahead very, very quickly. I also feel this came up for, Knight of Wands came up for Leo that I did before you guys. And I had a sense of them like cleaning house. And I don't get a sense of you guys cleaning house with this card. But for you guys, I get a sense of you're wanting to know where someone stands. Like, this is me. This is my new path. You're either going to support me on these changes or you can go. There's the door. I got a lot of conflict when this card came up for Leo. I don't get conflict with you guys. I don't think there's going to be a conflict. I just think you're very matter of fact. Like, this is it. This is me. A lot is changing. I'm going to be going in this direction. You're going to either support me and have my back and help me with this, or you're going to get out of my way and let me do what I need to do. Like, you're ready to go if need be. That's what it feels like to me. That's what it feels like to me. We'll pull clarifiers again and we'll get a better idea of it. Let's go ahead and check out your September. September is like that, you know, Virgo season. What's happening with September? Well, what's happening in September 2020 for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising? And we have Justice. All these major arcana cards, guys. All these major arcana cards. So again, there could definitely be some court situation. You know, Justice card does come up with court situations, albeit usually more like a civil situation or something involving money. Justice card could also indicate contracts, agreements. Maybe you're getting things in writing with these plans and these ideas that you have, or these collaborations or partnerships. You may be getting things in writing with certain people. Libras are also represented by the Justice card. There could be a Libra that's going to be a part of this or helping you out or significant somehow in your path. The overall feeling, though, with Justice is boundaries. You know, being able to do the right thing. You know, balancing your heart and your mind. Putting the high vibrational, putting the truth first. Doing the upright thing. And again, this is very interesting. This is not normally a message I feel with the Justice card, but I'm feeling it for you guys, Virgo. I feel like you're choosing something as a matter of principle over money. So I don't know if you're taking some kind of a pay cut to go and work in some job that you feel is more fulfilling, or making a change, or you're cutting back on your hours to do something where you're getting some organization or something going that you feel is going to be for the greater or higher good. Or if you're feeling your job is unethical. Maybe you're reporting an employer for something unethical. And maybe that's why there was the whole thing of standing up, you know. Maybe you're seeing it earlier in the year with that Judgment card, but maybe it's not until around September, that you're actually standing up and doing something, or taking it to a legal situation, or calling somebody to the mat, so to speak, in a court of law. I'm not a lawyer, you know, I'm not an attorney. I can't give you legal advice. And when people schedule private readings, I don't talk about court cases. You know, I'm not going to give you advice. That's something you have to discuss with an attorney or with a lawyer. But I will say, when the Justice card comes up, it can indicate something happening in court. And so maybe some of you were just doing some kind of job or working with certain people because you felt like you really needed the money. And at some point, it's like, you know what? No, the right thing is more important than this. And I'm going to speak up about this. Or I'm going to go take a pay cut and do something else because it feels more fulfilling for me. And some of you, it can be you're reporting something unethical. There won't be unethical situation. You might have an unethical situation where you feel like, you know what? I got to do the right thing. And I've got to, let the right people know about this. Interesting year. Very interesting year, Virgo. Very interesting year. Again, boundaries. Very strong sense of boundaries here with the Justice card. We'll see more in the extended. Let's go ahead and check out your October. Please show us October 2020 for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Please show us October 2020 for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. And we've got the Queen of Wands. Okay. Could be dealing with a fire sign person, a feminine energy. It could be Sagittarius. It could be Aries. It could be a Leo. I don't like to get too hung up on the astrology of the cards, because sometimes it can be somebody's moon or rising or Venus, and we don't always know those things. We don't always right off the bat know somebody's moon or rising or Virgo, and it can in some ways throw us off. But Queen of Wands is going to indicate, a lot of the time she comes up in readings for me when someone is really fed up with a situation and they want change and they finally realize their worth, like what they're worth, what they bring to the table, and they start to go after it and they get it very quickly. So there's a lot of speed. There's a lot of speed, a lot of victory, a lot of manifesting that's presenting itself to you in your reading for 2020 in different ways. It's very clear that this is going to be a very, Virgo, mark my words, this year is going to fly for you. You're going to feel like 2020, like you went to sleep on New Year's Eve, and or New Year's Day, depending on how hard you're going to party. And then it's like, before you know it, it's like, whoa, like it's already December 31st, 2020. Like, what the heck? It's going to be New Year's Eve again. This year is going to fly. This year is going to fly for you, and a lot is going to change for you. A lot is going to change. I feel like there's going to be huge leaps of progress that are going to happen in a very short period of time, where you're just like, whoa, like what just happened? Like, so much of your life is changing. I even feel like there's going to be people in your life in 2020 that you don't know yet. You haven't met yet. If you're watching this reading in 2019, or if you're watching this reading in the beginning part of 2020, there's going to be people in your life later on in 2020 that you don't know when you're watching the video. And they're going to just kind of come out of nowhere, and you guys are going to really connect, and they're going to feel closer to you than a lot of your friends and family that you've known for a long time even, all right? And it's because you're in that Queen of Wands energy. Like, you're really going for what's near and dear to your heart. You're really going for what you want. And in that process, a lot of just like your energy, your vibration, you know, your authentic energy, people are gravitating towards you. Queen of Wands, I'm not gonna be like a negative Nancy, but again, depending on your vibration, where you are in the situation, where you're putting your energies, Queen of Wands could be, sometimes you might be in a very passionate love relationship, in a situation where you are a third party. Okay, so some of you are gonna have to make that choice or that decision. I'm not gonna tell you what to do. It's your life, but you could be in a situation with someone who's telling you, oh, it's a loveless marriage, we're not happy at all, and we're just more like roommates, and we stay together because of the kids, or we stay together because of finances. But if you are showing up in the situation as Queen of Wands, chances are that's a relationship that will not move forward to you all moving in together. So if you find yourself in a situation like that in October, or you might start dating someone who's, you know, not technically available, you know, it may not progress past that. So if you have this thing of, oh, well, maybe they're gonna leave their spouse, you know, don't allow that situation to cause you to give your power away or to put yourself on the back burner. Get busy with the things that you're passionate about, and the right energy will come in. Okay, Queen of Wands is wonderful, very powerful energy. So put it to use where it's going to do you good, not where it's going to put you on the back burner. Let's go ahead and check out your November. Please show us November 2020 for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. King of Cups. This is generosity. This is abundance. This can also be, a lot of the times in reading, shows up to me in a reading as like a husband kind of energy or father figure kind of energy. So some of you may be becoming closer with a masculine energy who has those attributes. Some of you might be stepping into those attributes yourself. King of Cups, however, I feel is like you are feeling satisfaction for where your life is in November. You're feeling satisfied. You're feeling very fulfilled. I feel like there's like a creative streak that's coming up in you, and you're thinking of your strategy on how you're going to be moving forward with those things. I also feel, Virgo, that some of you are feeling very, very generous in November. And you're wanting to do something or to give. And intuitively, I feel there's something about like a gathering or a party. So I don't know if you're putting on a gathering or party or helping or organize a gathering or party for less fortunate people. But it does feel to me like wanting to feed, entertain, nurture. And maybe it's not for less fortunate people. Maybe for some of you, you feel like you have a lot of wealth, or you've had a lot of wealth that's come in for you over 2020. And it could be that you're feeling more hospitable. If you're a Virgo who's thought, man, I would really love to have dinner parties. I would really love to have friends over. I would really love to entertain. But I can't because I can't afford it, or because I don't have what I need for people to be comfortable, or whatever. There's just this feeling of like you're just in this jubilation. You're happy. You feel content. You feel like you have a lot. You're wanting to share it. So there's this feeling of like hospitality, entertaining, putting on a party. Yeah. I'm getting like a very jovial feeling from this. Some of you may be meeting a person that has those characteristics. And it might be an opportunity for you to learn how to receive, to be on the receiving end instead of having to be the breadwinner all the time. It could be energy like this as well, but it just feels very abundant, very happy, having a good time, very hospitable, very generous energy. Let's go ahead and check out your December. What is going on in December 2020 for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising? Not a surprise at all, Virgo. You have 8 of Cups. It's like, I feel like in 2020, so much is going to happen. You're going to accomplish so much. You're going to get so much. Money is going to be organized, and you're going to be less worried about it. And now that life is feeling stable, and now that you're feeling a sense of contentment, you're like, but what's next? Like, what's next? What's really going to fulfill me? I feel like you guys are really, really going to start looking to your spiritual connection, your spiritual fulfillment, your higher self. I feel some of you are like, well, I have all this good luck that's come in, or I have this wealth that's come in, but what good is it? What am I supposed to do with it? How am I going to be of service? So Virgo, I feel a lot of the times with 8 of Cups, it comes up when somebody gets their wish. Their wish comes true, and then they're like, but now what? I didn't feel how I thought I was going to feel when it came in. So I feel, Virgo, you guys are accomplishing a lot of financial goals in 2020. And then I hate to say it, I think people that you have a beef with, or people that you don't like, or you have a resentment with, you might even feel like, oh yeah, they got their karma. And I don't want to put that out there because I don't encourage that kind of viewpoint, because it can be negative karma in itself. But there might be some people where you're like, oh man, sweet, like they got what was coming to them. And then like financial goals and things are coming in, and so you're like, wow, like my wish list came true. But I still feel like something's missing. Like, why do I still feel like something's missing? So I feel there's a lot of spiritual connection that you're going to begin making in 2020. But as it gets into the end of 2020, you're going to really start seeking that out. And you're going to be wanting to do things that are going to be more emotionally and spiritually fulfilling. I think that some of you are finally going to get your life in order. you're not thinking too much about dating or romance in 2020. But once things are in order towards the end of the year, you're thinking about what really does matter in life and emotional connections and wanting to find fulfillment and all that stuff. So you might start be thinking about like your interpersonal relationships and your connections with others. Overall, it looks like there's a lot of really exciting things that are going to be happening. Let's go ahead and check out your angel card and see what angel is coming up for. Move the candles out of the way. Coming up for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising in 2020. What angel will be with Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising in 2020, please? And we have... Ooh, Archangel Uriel, the Sun. Happy outcomes, brilliant new ideas that lead to success. Have confidence in yourself. This is really, really happy energy. For those of you who don't know a whole lot about Archangel Uriel, one of the reasons why I feel like this is going to be such a massive year for you, even more so now, is because Archangel Uriel is the archangel that helps us overcome obstacles. He clears the path ahead. He helps us overcome obstacles quickly and effortlessly. And he brings light. He shines light on situations. So again, vindication, truth coming out, overcoming obstacles, being victorious. Big year, Virgo. Big year. I would suggest reading up about Archangel Uriel if you're somebody who likes to work with archangels or you want to get into the archangels. But I'm telling you, you guys, things are going to happen very quickly, very back to back. And I really do feel this is the year where a lot of you are going to find yourself, get your power back, you know, feel confident, feel victorious, feel vindicated, feel justified. Really beautiful energy, guys. I'm excited for you. Really beautiful energy. I would encourage you to watch your moon sign and rising sign video as well. Sometimes they may resonate more. You could schedule a private reading for 2020 if you would like for your own personal forecast. You can click on the Calendly link to do that. If you want more information in the extended reading, I will pull the clarifiers. I will pull additional cards. I know not a lot of people can afford a private reading. I know, you know, it can be expensive. So the extended readings I'm having for a very, very affordable price of $4.44. So if you go and PayPal that to me and let me know, guys, please indicate in the description of the payment which zodiac sign you want the extended reading for, and I'll get that link out to you within 48 hours. And you can go ahead and watch the extended with the clarifiers and more information. But I'm excited for you, Virgo. Good things coming. You guys deserve it. I'm wishing you a healthy, happy, prosperous, abundant, amazing 2020. Happy